Hi folks, my name's Darren and a very warm welcome back to Does It Bass. Now I know what you're thinking, this is just going to be another one of those bass videos where someone's demoing a distortion pedal and showing how it can do mean grit and the metal and all that. Well, it is kind of going to be one of those. But I got a bit of a trick with this particular pedal. Now this pedal is the Fender Full Moon Distortion. It's got an on-off switch and a boost. It's got like a 4-band EQ. 4-band EQ. It's got toggle switches for texture and bite. It's got gain, it's got level, and it's got a volume boost. Now we're not going to be concentrating too much on the volume boost today. I will go through a few tones, but I think this pedal has got a better use for a bass player. But before we get into that, if you do like this video, make sure you press that subscribe button and the bell icon to get notified when I do more videos. Now again, I must apologise that I haven't done an awful lot the last couple of weeks. Life really has turned itself upside down on me, so I've been struggling to do a few bits. But I've taken a week off work, and one of the things I will be concentrating on is doing some more content. I got a lot of stuff to get through, and I'm going to do it. Also, if you appreciate what I'm doing, there's a link in the description to my Buy Me a Coffee account, where you can leave a little bit of a tip for me to have a nice cup of coffee. And I also like to say a massive thank you to Alan from Cadno Music, who has provided this pedal for demo, and there is a link in the description to Amazon and eBay where you can search for this pedal in his store. But now, onto the pedal. So the Full Moon Distortion has got a couple of cool sounds in it, and one of the sounds that I do like is pretty much everything straight up 12 o'clock with both the toggle switches on. Now I'll get into the toggle switches a little bit later, but I'm not going to be treating this pedal like a normal distortion pedal for the most part. In terms of the signal chain, we're going through my freshly restrung Fender Jazz Bass 5 Elite from 2016, as always, into a Shure GLXD 16 wireless unit, straight into the front end of my Line 6 Helix. The Full Moon Distortion is going into one of the effects loops, and into an Ampeg SVT4 Pro and 810 cab model from within the Line 6 Helix, straight into the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2, and into Logic. So I'll start off just by showing you the clean tone, and I will be using a pick for this one because we are going to get a little bit gritty, but I'll switch to fingers a little bit later on, and I'll also switch in a clean blend. At one point I will also be turning the amp and cab sim off, and we will see why later. So here's the clean tone. And now, with pretty much everything at 12 o'clock, I've got the texture and the bite switched on. Here it is, turned on. So yeah, we know that this thing sounds great on bass. We've already established that within the first couple of notes. But this little pedal has got a few secrets which I haven't seen used anywhere else, and I'd like to show them to you. So there was just a basic distortion sound with everything at 12 o'clock. I had the EQ all set to 12 o'clock, gain and level there as well. Now we're not going to be messing around with the level, but we will mess around with a bit of EQ, and I'll add in the clean blend in a moment as well. So what I'm going to start off by doing is I'm going to start off by boosting the bass, boosting the mids, and boosting the treble. I'm going to keep the high treble where it is for a moment. Now I'm going to take the mids down, and I'm going to add a little bit of that high treble in. So now we're really getting into that heavy rock and metal territory. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take the gain up a little bit more. I'm going to bring the treble down a bit and the bass up, and here we go. So yeah, now we're getting really, really gritty. Now I'm not going to put the gain all the way up, but what I'm going to do is going to bring it down a little bit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the mix at 50%. So I've got a bit of clean blend in there as well. But I think what I'll have to do is bring the level up a little bit on here. There you go, that's nice. With that clean blend under it, that sounds great. Not bad. What I'm going to do is, just to show you quickly, I'm going to take the texture and the bite down, just to see what difference they make. Turn the texture up. Texture down with a bite up. That's eye closing, head banging stuff, that is. Yeah, right then. Turn the texture back up, everything on. Cool. So we know what that sounds like. But here's the little trick that I found with this for bass. I'm going to turn the amp and cab sim off. So the amp and cab sim are now off. I'm going to bring the gain down just a bit. Now, full disclosure, I have still got it on a 50% clean blend. Now, check this. This thing works absolutely amazingly as a bass preamp. Now bear with me on this. You've got a 4-band EQ pretty much. So you've got the high treble, you've got the treble, the bass in the middle. You've got a level, you've got a gain, and you've got 2 little toggle switches. What else do you need? Let's mess around with that EQ. I got it clean, right? So I've got the gain down a bit. I'm going to turn the level up just to give it a bit more oomph while the gain is down. Messing around with the EQ a bit, so let's give it a bit more top. There you go. Let's take the texture down a bit. Take the bite out. Actually, I tell you what I'll do. I'm going to take some of the mids out a little bit. And take some of the level out. Also worth mentioning, I'm currently in passive mode as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the bite up a little bit. I'm going to give a little bit of gain. Bring the level down a little bit. See what we can get there. What is wrong with that? Absolutely nothing. I'm going to take the gain up a little bit more. I'm going to bring the bass down just a bit. I'm going to give it a bit more high treble. Turn the texture back up. That thing is great. As a preamp, amp and cab sim are both off at the minute, and those are the sort of tones I'm getting. Back with the pick. That is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I am liking this. You know that? Those are the way that we are with the settings now. So you get some really raunchy, dirty, rocky, preampy tones out of this one. Who needs an amp? So the Fender Full Moon Distortion. To ask the question I'm always asking, does it bass? Oh God, yes it does, and I could not be happier with the fact that it does. Not so much as a bass distortion, which it does work perfectly as a bass distortion, but just as a straight-in preamp in general, you can really get some of those gritty, rocky tones of it. You can get some clean stuff out of it. I don't know if that was Fender's intention with this design, with anything they did with it, but you can do it, and it does work. And in my eyes, if you're looking for an alternative for something like a Sans amp or a Dark Glass, look no further. Seriously, this has genuinely shocked me how this works as a bass preamp with overdrive or distortion. Even clean. It's really impressed me, and I didn't expect it when I started playing with it. But all in all, yeah, this does bass. Now, I said I'll go into some of the switches a little bit later on, which I know I haven't done, but as I was playing with them, I was meant to tell you. The texture switch switches between symmetrical and asymmetrical clipping, and the bite switch sort of changes the upper mid-range a little bit. So all in all, for bass, is such a versatile pedal. I'm very shocked that I could actually use it just as a straight-in preamp. So yeah, like I said, if you're looking for an alternative to your Dark Glass, your Sans amp, or any of the other major sort of bass preamps that you're always hearing about, for the price and all the sounds that I've just got out of it, yeah. Fender, if I was to give you any advice, stick an actual DI out on it, because I think if you marketed this as a bass preamp with a DI out on it, you would be onto a winner. So that's it from me, guys. We've just found out that the Full Moon Distortion from Fender does indeed bass. If you have liked this video, make sure you press that subscribe button and the bell icon to get notified when I do more videos. Feel free to leave me a tip on my Buy Me a Coffee account if you do so wish. And also, if you'd like to buy the Fender Full Moon Distortion or any of the other Fender pedals that I have demoed on the channel, then visit the Amazon or eBay links in the description below. Please subscribe, guys. A lot of my viewers don't actually subscribe to the channel, and I am trying to get some more varied content out there, such as the acoustic cover I did of a Finch track a couple of days back, which I will link up here, but I'll see if I can crack another few videos out again this week. So thanks for sticking around, guys, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!